So many people might think, why is Matthew Wright on a wildlife podcast? But we're gonna get to the meat and bones of that. But before we do talk about your trouty stuff, I wanted to quickly mention your time on I'm a Celeb, as you had quite a fear of creepy crawlies going in.
Yes. So, I mean, specifically spiders, and I suppose, gosh, yeah. So I suppose a lot of phobias, or fears, if they're not dealt with, can develop into other things with time. And I'm probably not the first fly fisher to. I'll jump out of my skin occasionally when things I don't expect things to be there. Much better since I was 7 years ago. I had what do they call it? A neuro-linguistic programming with a shrink, intensive, 3 hours a day, every day, 6 days a week for 2 weeks, because they only got about 2 weeks' notice before I was sent off to the jungle. And I said to my agent, if I don't do something about this, I don't even know if I will be able to. It's too much of a problem up here. So we did this NLP programming, this wonderful shrink, and the last day involved him tipping a bucket filled with spiders, including false widows and various other spiders, on top of my head. And I went from being very, very afraid to, I mean, I didn't enjoy it, but I endured it. When I went to the jungle, I haven't told anybody this, so you're kept in a sort of waiting room, individual hotels, you're not supposed to mix with people. And I had a very strict chaperone. And everybody else, it turned out, was actually going out and having a nice time in Australia. I was stuck in a room eating horrible hotel fried food. And on the last night of this sort of pre-thing lockdown, I was allowed out to have a drink, and I had a lot to drink. I was angry, I was pent up, I was thinking this could be my last drink. I had a lot to drink. And when we went into the jungle, the first 24 hours that I was in there was mainly spent thinking, I need to lie down, I need to be sick, I need to stop shaking. And the spider thing was going around in my head, and so very tired, very angsty. And the first challenge didn't involve spiders, but once that was over, the relief that I got through the first one, coupled with this programming, and the crew told me at the end, on the first day, I went over 200 times in the course of a day. More than 200 times. On the last day, I didn't do it at all. And I'm a much calmer, happier, much happier person as a result. I made a resolution when I left the jungle that I wasn't going to kill a spider, and I haven't killed one since.
How bad was it then? Was it, if you saw a spider, was it any size in the house you'd freak out, or was it just the big boys that give you the jumps?
It was broadly, I mean, any spider could have an upset. Big house spiders. My wife wasn't particularly good either. We found some in the bath, and we just shut the bathroom door and left them there for 2 weeks.
That's one way of dealing with it, isn't it?
And then there was a lot of killing in my less progressive years, which I regret really, because it's just a fear. It was. My dad was afraid of spiders. I reckon I picked it up from him, and you probably translate lots of other sort of fears and concerns onto spiders, and it becomes totally irrational. Madness, a form of madness.
Well, they're great for the house. They eat all the pests. They're very clean animals, and yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah, my partner's terrified. She's very similar. I need to get her on a course actually, but I love them. I leave them in the office. I've got a few little friends as I look around in the office. I don't mind them. They're not too. I should get some exotic ones really, shouldn't I? Just let them run loose.
I've got a dear friend,